Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Day's Podcast along with a new video. So I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. Anything exclusive as far as episodes with Patreon and Spotify, be sure to check it out, and I will be making sure to do more. But as far as now, we will be continuing on with free content. I actually wanted to talk about another female rapper, because we've already talked about Megan and Lil Kim, and Cardi. So I would like to now talk about Missy Elliott. So we are going to talk about Missy Elliott's Supa Dupa Fly, and let's get into it. Supa Dupa Fly is the debut studio album by Missy Elliott, released on July 15th, 1997. So today is the day that Supa Dupa Fly was released, over 27 years ago. So happy anniversary. It was recorded in 96 into 97, so pretty much in the midst of her working with Aaliyah and among other artists at this time. She was working on this album. On the Goldmine, East West, and Elektra Entertainment Group. The album was recorded and produced solely by Timbaland on October 1996, and features the singles "The Rain," "Supa Dupa Fly," "Sock It to Me," Hit 'em with the He," and Beat Me 911. Guest appearances on the album include Busta Rhymes, Genuine, 702, Magoo, Da Brat, Lil Kim, and Aaliyah. The album was recorded in just 2 weeks. Okay, so it didn't take long. And that's why, I've always said when it comes to artistry, sometimes you can really have, a creative feel that you just want to be able to get out. And little do you know, you're working. Before you know, it's like, wow, that didn't take me long. It's like, no, you was focused, and it's okay. The album received acclaim from critics who praised Timbaland's futuristic production style and Elliott's performances and persona. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and topped the U.S. Top R&B Hip Hop Albums chart. The album was certified platinum by the Recording Academy and has sold 1.2 million copies in the U.S. In 2020, the album was ranked number 93 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time, and in 2022, 53 on their 100 Best Debut Albums of All Time. Let's look at, where this came about here. So while in high school, Elliott formed a group called Phase, Fayze, later to be renamed Sista, with 3 of her friends. The group attracted the attention of record producer Devontae Swing, who was part of the R&B group Jodeci. After being signed to the Swing Mob record label, Sista recorded an album in New York, but the album was never released. This led to subsequent termination of Sista's recording contract. Elliott returned to Portsmouth, Virginia, where she and record producer Timbaland began writing songs and contributed to Aaliyah's album One in a Million. Elliott was signed to Eastwood Records, which at the time was a division of Elektra Entertainment Group, and was given her own record label, the Goldmine Inc. Sylvia Rome. Then the chairman and chief executive officer, CEO of Elektra, encouraged Elliott to embark upon a solo career. Recording sessions of Supa Dupa Fly took place at the Master Sound Studios in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The recording process took place over slightly more than a week. The album was produced solely by Timbaland. The first single released from the album was "The Rain," Supa Dupa Fly. As part of the promotional drive for her album, Elliott took part of the 1998 Lilith Fair tour. She became the first female rapper to perform at the event. She also joined rapper Jay-Z's Rock the Mic tour. So first of all, the Goldmine Incorporated is an American record label founded in 1997 by rapper Missy Elliott. Elliott and Goldmine were once distributed through Eastwood Records and Elektra Entertainment Group until 2004 when Time Warner sold WMG to a private investment group. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this record label, The Goldmine, is still, let's see here. Yes, okay. So her albums, from her first album all the way up to The Cookbook, even down to Iconology, which came out in 2019, and even her upcoming album. So ever since her first album, she's been slightly independent, similar to Kim. So if anything, maybe she put this incentive in Kim's ear when Kim was still slightly with Bad Boy to say, yeah, Notorious K.I.M., I'm gonna work with you on this along with Lady Marmalade, but I want you to have your own. And why not? So this is great to know. And I think that a lot of people don't know that. And I think a lot of people be really feeling like, oh, well, you know, they were part of record labels and how they making money. It's like, well, no, first of all, if you read into the fine print, they were published with record labels, but they had their own independent label with that record label. You hear what I'm saying? So that means they own their shit. Oh, that makes me feel so happy. Because, you know, you hear so many things about contracts and people not getting their dues, and, you know, you wonder why these legends, some of them, not all of them, some of these legends are able to still strive, and for great reason, because they took time over 25 years ago to say, no, I'm signing, hold on, let me get the pencil. I'm signing the fact that I am having my own independent label attached to this project, and anything in the future, because I want my pay, period. So I commend her for that. I commend Lil' Kim for that, and Megan Thee Stallion for that as well, because Megan Thee Stallion did the same exact thing, okay? Not many artists do that. A lot of artists are now trying to do that, and I'm going to keep emphasizing that. So upon its release, Supa Dupa Fly received acclaim among music critics. Writers lauded record producer Timbaland's production as unique and revolutionary. All Music called the album a boundary-shattering, postmodern masterpiece, whose futuristic, nearly experimental style became the de facto sound of urban radio at the close of the millennium. So, Elliott's rapping, singing, and songwriting also received much acclaim. Yes, and that was another thing that was standing out too. She didn't just rap, she would sing in the background. She would have her own vocals, and even have people rapping and have her own vocals, or even people singing with her. And she's rapping and then singing with them. Like she was a little bit of both here. And you didn't see that. And that's what makes her legend. The doctor that she is, okay? So yes, Supa Dupa Fly debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 with 129,000 copies sold in the first week, becoming the highest debut for a female rapper at the time. Do you hear what I just said? We had Kim, who was being sexy and was coming out and was really the first to really come out and be sexy and was selling really well. But as far as in the midst of within a year's time, you got Missy. And Missy said, listen, my cancer sister, we gon' make this work. I know that's right. The album remained on the chart for 37 weeks. On September 19th, 1997, the album was certified platinum by the Recording Academy for sales of over 1 million copies. As of June 2008, it has sold 1.2 million copies in the US. Okay. So, let's get to the track list. Track 1 is Busta's Intro, performed by Busta Rhymes. Track 2 is Hit 'Em With The Heat, featuring Lil' Kim. Okay? Lil' Kim is literally one of the first people you hear with Busta Rhymes in the beginning of this album. So they've been friends, they've been sisters forever. Okay? That's never going to change. Track 3, Sock It To Me, featuring Da Brat. Same thing with Da Brat. Da Brat and her they're close too. Most female rappers from back in the day, the OGs, they friends, they close, they're more close now than they ever were back then, because back then everyone still had to work, everyone had their own way of what they wanted to do, but they would still, come together and be with each other, and we gonna make this money. Nowadays, when everyone is on the streaming and the residuals come in, and who's your fan, who's gonna come see you when you tour and all that now plays a part. So it really means something when you see artists from a different time still be connected, still be, a team. Because nowadays, people are battling. For what reason? We'll never always know. Because it's always one thing, then it's another, then it's another, then it's another. It's always something to keep people talking, right? Well, we're not going to be dwelling in that in this unbiased podcast. We're going to be dwelling on the facts here. And the facts of the matter is, when people work together and they're genuine about it, they're going to continue to be connected. They're not going to just disappear or act like, I don't need this person right now, or I never needed this person. No, we don't got time for that. No, on this podcast, and clearly they didn't either. So yeah, track 4, The Rain, Supa Dupa Fly. Track 5, Beat Me 911 featuring 702 and Magoo. Track 6, They Don't Wanna Fuck With Me featuring Timbaland. Track 7, Pass the Blunt featuring Timbaland. Okay, so this is my thing. By the time you get to track 8, you're understanding, like, she is a vibe. Like, she is letting you know, listen, we here. You're gonna listen to these vocals. You're gonna hear these verses. Listen, she let you know, okay? And yes, track 8, Bite Our Style interlude. Track 9, Friendly Skies featuring Genuine. Track 10, Best Friends featuring Aaliyah. So this is when and obviously it's very much evident in the midst of the 1 in a million recording process. Genuine, Aaliyah, Magoo, Missy, Timbaland, they became very close. Even just for the sake of artistry, it's just like, everyone's working together, everyone's meshing with, what they like, and it's really coming together, and I commend them all for that. Track 11, Don't Be Coming In My Face. Track 12, Izzy I. Track 13, Why You Hurt Me. Track 14, I'm Talking. Track 15, Getaway featuring Space and Nicole. Track 16, Busta's Outro performed by Busta Rhymes. Track 17, Missy's Finale. So again, she wanted to have an album that featured people that in her debut that she knew were right there, will remain right there, and despite everything, we here, we working, we making our art, and that was great. It still is great to this day. But yeah, guys, great albums, definitely stream it. And yes, today is, from when I'm recording this, July 15th, so this is an anniversary for this album, so definitely listen to it and enjoy it, and we will definitely talk about more.